Hi now besties, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to show you guys how to do a acrylic fill. So this is the set that I have on today. I believe it's around 3 weeks old and it's been holding up pretty good. So before you get started with the fill, you want to check for any lifting. So I look at the sides and I see that this nail is really lifted and it might need to be soaked off depending how much is lifted off. This one has a little bit of lifting, which I'm sure I can just file off. This one's good, this one's good, and this one's good. So now that we checked all the lifting, we can start removing the rhinestones. Now, when it comes to fills, at least for me, I only offer fills for the people that want the same shape and the same base cover acrylic. So these are some old cuticle nippers. I do not use them on my clients' cuticles or anything. These are just used to remove rhinestones and charms. And you just want to try your best to remove the rhinestones as much as you can. If you have to file them off instead, you can do that as well. I personally just like to remove them. So I'm bringing in my dust collector and we're gonna file off the design. I use a 5-in-1 bit in fine grit. I recommend using a fine barrel bit. So I use it in about 12 RPMs forward because we're just removing the nail polish. 'Cause baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. Baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. 'Cause baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. Baby, it's the everything for me, for me. Coming from that pretty mouth, the truth is fitting. 'Cause you ain't never talking loud and you know plenty. You know what I'm talking about, 'cause you just get me. Yeah, you so pretty. If everything is dipped in gold, then baby it will never grow. Everything sweet ain't sugar coated. What a lie. Alright, now besties, so now that we have the design off and most of the lifting off, I'm going to check underneath the nails like this to see if there's any like major nail growth. Like you see here, there's some nail growth right there and right here too, but honestly that doesn't bother me. But if it does bother your client, because there's times where the natural nail grows like curved up and it separates from the nail tip, you definitely want to file that off. So I recommend using something like this. This is like a small skinny bit and it has a rounded tip. So this is great to go in like this without touching or damaging the hyponychium. I would use this on forward at about 8 RPMs or with whatever you're comfortable with. You don't have to file all of it off, but just file it until it's blended to the nail tip. Next thing I use is a sanding band. This is a 240 grit sanding band from my lady Susie. And I just use this bit to smooth out the acrylic a little bit more and remove any extra lifting that I might have missed. Doing a fill, you always want to check in with your client to make sure they feel comfortable. If there's any burning or any pain, have them let you know. So usually what I do is ask my clients before I start doing a fill, like, please let me know if you feel uncomfortable. So I have my sanding band and I use it about, I want to say like 8 to 10 RPMs, but again, use the RPMs that you're comfortable with.
talking loud and you know plenty. You know what I'm talking about, cause you just get me. Yeah, you so pretty. If everything is dipped in gold, then baby it will never grow. Everything sweet ain't sugar coated. What a lie. What a lie. What a lie. What a lie. Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt.
So now that I have removed all of the lifting and the shine from the natural nail, I go in with some Young Nail Swipe. And then I just scrub. And now this is the part where I start doing more of the cuticle prep. So I push back my cuticles gently. I know it looks like I'm going in rough, but I'm going gentle, it doesn't hurt. And again, always check in with your client and let them know that if they feel uncomfortable, that they can definitely let you know. So here I'm using this bit for cuticle prep, but you can use whatever bit you're comfortable with, and I use it in reverse. So now I spray some more swipe. And now we can go into prep. For prep, I like to use these 3 things in this exact order. So first I'm going with Mia Secret Dehydrator. Next, Young Nails Protein Bond. Lastly, I go with No Lift Primer. And you want to make sure this doesn't touch your skin. Now for the acrylic base, I'm using Macart Pro's Acrylic in Creamy Almond. So here I'm using a size 12 Kolinsky brush from Macart Pro, the acrylic in monomer, and if you guys want to save on all Macart Pro products, you guys can use discount code ALMA15 to save. So before I apply the acrylic, I grab a little bit of monomer and moisturize the old acrylic. And then I grab this size of a bead, let it polymerize, and then place it in the cuticle area.
Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year, only go like once. Life move fast when you do what you want. At this time, doing what I want. Hope you doing what you want. What you want? My new bitch look like Tyler Perry, but she don't love me, she too scary.
And then I also add one to the edge.
My old bitch front like Jackie Brown. I wanna know if she too down. Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, girl, no maybe. In the meantime, it's not going well. It's some me time. Hope you know what you want. Crib by the beach like Odell. Over my killers don't tell. Shut down my mom, cause I knew you off the shelf. Now my bitch is addicted to Chanel. Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, girl, no maybe. In the meantime, it's not going well. It's some me time. I don't know if you know what you want. Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. and do what you want. In the meantime, I can start doing what I want. Just some me time. You do what you want. In the meantime, I can start doing what I want. Just some me time. You do what you want. Maybe I'll love myself. I don't know. Leave me here, I'll fuck myself.
I know, besties, now that the nails have been filled, we can start with the filing process. I'm using my Macar Pro File 100 over 180 grit, and I like to use the 100 side, which is the rougher side.
Tell me what you say now. Tell me what you say. You said that you would come again. You said that we would remain friends, but you know that I do not depend on nothing or no one. So why would you show up so uninvited? Then just change my mind like that. Please don't take this personal, but you ain't shit. You weren't special till I made you so. You better act like you know that I've been through worse to you. I just can't keep running away. But I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. But I want you. I don't mean to. I don't mean to. I don't mean to. I don't mean to. But everybody's like he's no item. Please don't like him. He don't wife him. He one item. I never listen, no. I should've figured though. All the shit you was spitting so unoriginal. But it was you, so I was with it. Then to tell you the truth, wish we never did it.